The wind was howling as I plummeted toward the earth. My mind was bouncing in every direction as I uselessly tried to get myself together mentally. Okay, I thought. I need a landing strategy. I began looking around, my aura's protection allowing me to see through the wind cutting into my face. I saw some buildings to my left. That seemed to be the safest place to come up with a plan of passing the entrance exam. I began pouncing as quickly as possible, trying to get closer to the buildings while slowing my fall. As I got closer, I saw the buildings were at one time a small community. This was the failed colonization project the teacher talked about. The feeling of grief creeped into my mind. These people were not as lucky as my village. They probably had little to no idea of what true dangers Grimm were. I said a quick short prayer to Verdos, god of the Emerald Tree, to take the souls into his roots so that they may strengthen the next generation. I was just about 50 feet from the ground when something nailed my side, sending me through a boarded window into the opposite wall. I heard high-pitched ringing as my head met brick. Holding my head as if to prevent it from exploding, I stumbled to my feet. Who the hell? I slowly opened my eyes, immediately feeling severe pain again as the sunlight beaming through irritated my concussion. I looked around, still recovering. Could have been a Grimm? Maybe, but most Grimm would have continued their onslaught while I recovered. Another animal, maybe? More likely than a Grimm, but if it was some kind of bird, wouldn't they have made a noise prior to the collision? Plus, it would have to be a very large bird to completely change my direction like it did. My final guess was it was another student. Sure enough, as my eyes readjusted and the ringing stopped, I saw someone laying down, though I couldn't really see what they looked like. They sat up, long white hair, now covered in dust and dirt, flowed downwards. My eyes went wide. Of all people.
Who is the complete numbskull who got in my way?
She turned around and quickly met my eyes.
Oh, of course it would be you.
Weiss stood the rest of the way up and dusted herself off as our scrolls went off and a monotone automated voice stated, Rowan Rainier and Weiss Schnee Nichols are partners. Proceed to the next objective.
No! No! I refuse! I will not team with him. Have you seen him? Have you seen the way he dresses? I mean, look how he looks. Look at his hair. I mean, don't even get me started on his skill. I mean, please, but that weapon, does he even know how to use it? And plus, the way he looks at me is utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. I can't even stand the sight of him. And his friends? Don't even get me started because I can't stand him. I refuse. I will not team with him. I mean, look at him. Plus, him standing next to me is completely insulting to my intelligence. I can't even stand him. The smell of him is even revolting. Plus, he doesn't even know how to fight, I bet. Oh, where did he learn how to do that? Oh, nobody knows because he is a nobody. And I am Weiss Schnee.
Weiss.
Everybody knows me. I'm better than him. I'm 10 times
Weiss.
better than him. What do you want, cretin?
I suggest you shut up. Grimm are attracted to negative emotions, especially if you openly display it. As I busted another window out to see the environment. Most houses seem mainly white, or formerly white, as the time unkept has left them a brownish green color. Even the room we were currently in was caked in a thick layer of dust. This area must have been evacuated for some time. Deep in thought, I continued peeking around. The room was empty besides the windows on the west, and the side we entered in, which was north and east. Then there was a set of stairs to the south. I turned my head to look out the window, only to have something thrown at the back of my head. What the hell was that for?
That's what you get for telling me what to do, you mongrel!
Mongrel? Listen, I didn't want to be teamed with you either, alright? To be honest, I didn't want to be teamed at all! I already have a partner, and she's better than you!
Oh, really? Is she a faunus like you? Probably planning to mate and have cubs.
Say anything you want about me. But one more word about my partner. I will make sure that Grimm gets you first. Unfortunately, before Weiss could throw out her rebuttal, several distorted howls were beginning to be heard close by.
What was that?
Beowulfs. Sounds like 10, maybe 11?
Well, which is it?
Probably 11. But Beowulfs usually aren't that strong, so nothing to worry about.
Usually?
I can take care of them. Do not worry, okay? I've taken down like 30 before in one fight. Ow! What the hell was that for?
I'm not some damsel in distress needing protecting.
I looked back at her. Her body was not shaking from fear. Possibly conditioned not to due to her gladiatorial background. Her eyes, however, showed nervousness and fear. It was obvious that she didn't believe in what she was saying, but I wasn't going to rain on her parade, especially risking getting hit again. I walked down the stairs, first realizing that this was just a 2-floor warehouse completely empty. It was a good idea to leave this building as there was nothing to survive off of. There was a large oak door between us and the city. We should head out soon.
Here. Oh. Are you sure? Because, I mean, books say that Beowulfs can't climb, so we should be safe up here.
Yes, but we don't have food nor water, and we're going to need both of those if we're going to survive here for 3 days. So large, in fact, that it took both of us exerting everything we had at the moment to open the damn thing.
How close are those Grimm?
Close, but not close enough to sense us.
How do you know?
To be honest, you just sort of learn by experience.
Oh.
Look, just keep your emotions in check and we'll be fine. Let's just focus on getting an artifact or whatever, and then we don't have to even worry about Grimm, okay? I heard steps approaching and immediately held out my hand to halt Weiss. I only knew the basic Grimm and Grimm local to my area. This was a long way from Teodol. As far as I know, there could be humanoid Grimm in Vale.
Is it Grimm?
I don't know. When I give the word, go into one of these buildings and hide there.
Why?
Because a scared person fighting Grimm is like a salmon fighting a bear. She remained silent as I unsheathed Jaded Thorn. And I heard hushed talking get louder as 2 young male hunters stepped out from the alleyway ahead of us.
So then there was milk everywhere.
They saw us. One of them was about my height, long green hair, and had more muscle than me. His eyes were a dull gray. The weapon he was wielding was a kind of saber, similar to Weiss, but more suited to slashing than stabbing. His partner had a shaved head and was shorter than me, blue eyes. His weapon was a baseball bat, and shaved head was the one talking previously.
Oh great, another fawn. Hello. It's the beautiful champion, Weiss Nikos.
My eyebrow arched, thinking of all men outside of Teodol was this stupid. Both of them walked past me. The one wielding the saber went to sheath it, and that's when I noticed how loose his sheath was. It looked as if it could fall off at any minute.
Well, champ, why are you hanging out with this thing?
He is my partner for better or for worse. Though, perhaps you too will be of use to me.
Yeah, sure, anything.
Have you seen any Grimm?
Yeah, tons.
I peeked over at Weiss to see a slight stare that said, "Not what I was hoping for."
Hey, don't worry. We can take care of you. Grimm are easy for strong warriors like us.
Yeah, we are much stronger than that animal over there. Who knows? He could be Fang.
A bit of panic went through my mind. Did they know? But then I calmed myself down by remembering that these two just seemed to be heat-struck morons and were probably just racist. Your gear's loose.
What did you say?
I said, your gear's loose. Your sword is about to fall off. Don't want to see someone getting mauled by a Grim just because they panicked and lost their weapon.
How about you mind your own business?
Come on! We need to move forward!
Weiss walked between us and I smirked and started to follow. The shaved one ran to Weiss and quickly whispered,
The houses still have supplies. When he is sleeping, go get some supplies for yourself.
I sighed and debated on whether or not to tell him that I could hear him clearly. He had already ran back with his buddy. Weiss continued moving forward, and I followed in response. Well, they really seem to like you.
Yes. Well, can you blame them?
I decided to hold my tongue, at the very least, to avoid getting hit again. An apparent constant fear with this woman, apparently. Let's just focus on getting through this. Then we can be arrogant. Weiss huffed, but didn't argue. Both of us just hoping the Grim would stay away. What was that for?